This is Eddie Cologne, EC Details, and welcome back to another episode. In this one, we have a doozy of a project, but first story time. So let's start the story here. About 3 weeks ago, I get a request form on Jobber. By the way, this video is sponsored by Jobber. You're like, this guy again with Jobber! Grab a seat. Okay, it's fine. Grab a seat. Jobber request forms allows the customer to go onto your site, take a request form. It's like a quote per se, and it gives you the opportunity to capture their data, but also go in and talk to them on the app in a chat form, so your number is not getting hoarded out like the girls in the 40s. You know what I'm talking about? So it's a way for me to talk to my customers and for them to ask what they want, etc. He submitted the request form. I went on Jobber, started talking to my Jobber, then I gave him my cell phone number because my Jobber and cell phone number are two different things. And I asked him a question. I go, hey, how'd you find me? He goes, look, I saw this video. I'm gonna play a clip for it right here where I was on Pan's channel and I cut the black paint. And he's like, I need him because he bought a Rebel. And I'll insert some stories or
tell the people about you a little bit. How'd you find the channel?
Right.
Why'd you choose us?
Yeah, so I was just on YouTube searching, trying to figure out some reasons and some definitions of what I was seeing with my personal truck. Came across Pan the Organizer. Pan had done a video with Eddie, and I kind of watched that. That led me to Eddie's channel. And then Eddie was close enough, and I was like, man, I got to give this guy a call. Tried to see if we could work it out. He said, absolutely, bring your truck down. I sent him a quick little video what I was dealing with. He said, man, that's no problem. I can fix that. Spider webs, holographing. I had all sorts of buffing compound in my plastic.
He bought a Rebel. He found a huge shop in Helena, Montana. Mind you, he's in Helena, Montana. I'm in Pocatello, Idaho. Those are four plus hours apart of just a drive. He took it there. The guy sold him on the front clip PPF if he wanted that. He researched it. He said, hey, he was thinking about ceramic coating. So, you know, Montana winters are brutal. So he wanted something to help with salt. Also make sure that his black truck stays cleaner longer. They said, yeah, we could do it, but we have to polish your car. We can't sell a ceramic coating without a polish. I'm like, what? Okay. I mean, it makes sense that you would want to polish your car if it requires it. If it doesn't, like a paint enhancement, maybe sometimes it doesn't need it. They take a rotary to this mug, okay? Look at all these rotary marks on the whole car as I speak. From the front to the back to the top to the bottom to, no, I'm kidding, I was in my rap. But all the way around the car, hammered. I was kind of felt bad for the man, right? So I told him, hey, look, if you come here, I'll only charge you for the paint correction. I won't charge you for this next thing or the next thing we'll talk about. So they hammered his car. It's all has hologram marks, induced swirling. They nicked his paint. They took rock chips. They took like the paint and they burnt through it, didn't fix it. The back of the logo where it says Ram usually was white in a Rebel. They took all the paint off to the plastic. I'm talking it's black to the plastic. So they had to put film around that. But all over this truck, they have nothing but wild swirls mark, right? My heart went out to him. I'm like, he's willing to drive here for me to do the work. So I was like, drive here, I'll do the paint correction. I only charge you $500. Usually I charge $1,800 for a job like this. But that's not it. That's not it, right? Look, I told you, grab a seat, grab a popcorn, okay? That's not it. More storytelling time. If you look at this portion of the car, they took the rotary, they didn't tape trim off, so they're probably using like aggressive compound. It had to be, because I've never had a compound or a polish per se, because that's all I would use for this car because it's brand new, induce swirls and damage like this. It looks like wool, right? This is what kind of same marks I get with wool. Sometimes I would get some buffer marks over a speed 1 if I'm trying to finish out, if I'm lifting the pad up, right? They nick his trim. Now the whole trim on the other side of the car is damaged, white out. He can't get it off. So in this video, we're gonna do Justin a favor. So here's what I did to get the car ready. I only have a few clips from this because my camera decided to delete my memory card, gone. But I did a whole full decontamination wash using bucket naked wash. I'm testing that again, look, I'm testing it. Bucket naked wash, 10-to-1, awesome. As my soap in the bucket, I used mint, and mint on the actual surface of the car, did a contact wash, and here's where we're at now. We're gonna clay it. Why didn't you clay when you did it? I didn't clay at the time of doing it because I wanted to do a deep clean so I get to the point that I could see the paint, right? And I didn't want to introduce my own marring because sometimes when you clay, depending on what you're using for lube, you can mar the surface. On the wheels and tires, I use the Yum combo of wheel and undress, clean the tires real good, and the rubber parts, okay? So what we're gonna do now is touch up some parts of the paint because I missed it. I'm just gonna be honest. So I have Garage Therapy in my bucket as a rinseless. We're gonna clean this panel together, and then we're gonna use Drive's Smooth Groove as my clay lube. I have it here in my IK bottle, and I'm using that with the real clay because I wanna get, there's some deep contamination on this side of the car. Not sure where it's from, but I am going to hit up the spots that I missed because I suck with rinseless wash and dry. And then I'm gonna go around, clay bar this. We'll do a section together with regular clay. I'm using a milder clay here. Why not a clay mitt? I am going to treat this as if it's my last supper. You know what I'm talking about? I wanna make sure that I get everything clayed super good. There's some parts that are more gritty. It looks like overspray. I'm gonna get that. And then we're going to come in and polish the car. Now, my mind is I'm gonna give him a ceramic coating for free. Shout out to Cam. He actually sent me the ceramic coating for this job. And this is new coating. Introduce that later in the video. So I'm thinking to myself, how far do I want to go with this? I'm going to get it as perfect as possible. Why? He's only paying for this. He got screwed one time. I'm just going to help him out, right? So this is my gift to him because it's going to take about 2 days to get this done. So let's get started. I'll show you the part of the car we're going to do. We're going to go over the clay together. We'll go over the compound choices I'm going to use in this video. And let's bring this car back to life. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's roll. So even without a light, you see, even without a light on the car, it's clean. You can see all, look guys, I can't express how pissed I was when I saw this. And why are you so passionate about it? Because it gives us all a bad name, right? We do this for production. Look at that. Look, that is freaking disgusting. It's annoying. It's unprofessional. Do not treat your customers this way. They don't deserve that. They put a lot of faith and trust in us as detailers, right? Because it's one of those things that you pay money for to get it done right. So they have confidence going forward to come back, get a maintenance wash, things of that nature. But nonetheless, I'm not going to retract my statement. I'm going to rinse this wash. I already did a wash, but I have some grit on the car. Eddie, are you worried about scratching it with the Garage Therapy rinseless? No, it does a great job cleaning. I'm gonna get the plastic because we're gonna restore the plastics as well. And we're gonna do this section. Now, instead of drying the car here, because I like super lubrication, I'm gonna show you both ways just to give you a vibe here. You could either spray the smooth lube on here to get it super lubed up. That sounds weird, but the goal is, this smells amazing by the way, is not to induce a lot of damage, just enough, and it doesn't leave any protection behind. It's just a good lubricant, and the goal is to come here and clay. Now when you're using real clay, you can see some contamination on here already, right? When you're using real clay, the goal is to make a puck. You see, you make a puck, you come in, you hit it up. Guys, do not go gorilla. Ladies, no pushing, okay? It doesn't owe you money. It's trying to make you money. Don't induce a lot of your damage. Now, I'm gonna clay this whole section, and then I come in and I dry. Easy dry off with that. And then the paint surface, super nice, super nice. And you can see there is dirt and contamination on the car. Now, we're gonna do it for this whole section as well. I still have rinseless on there. We're gonna come in, spray my lube. That sounds odd. Spray, you know what I'm talking about. Why are you using a lot? Because, bro, it's clay, bro. I don't want to mar more, right? This is super slick clay. And come in, and when you're doing the stickers, there's a sticker here. Do not clay over the stickers with the clay bar. You could cause damage. Be wise about it, right? Don't be that guy. Well, I saw it on YouTube, so it's fine. No, bro. Come on, man. Please, detailers, friends, family, we're all in this together, especially some of you who want to make this a profession. And you can see I got a lot of that off. It's like you owe it to everybody to do your best. in this space. You know what I mean? If not, what's the point of being a detailer if you don't want to be the best, right? So now I know this is ready for a polish. I'm gonna go around the whole truck. I'm gonna do this. Look, you see me here, and I'm gonna get it done. And then you and I are going to go over how we're gonna tackle the trim here when I come back. It needed it. That's just one side of the car. It needed it. So I'm gonna Smooth Groove from Drive, real nice clay lube, super affordable. Didn't need a lot, super slick, doesn't leave anything behind. Labo Cosmetica T trim plastic restorer. It doesn't have any dyes in it. It's something that it created that actually darkens the plastic, lasts up to 2+ years. But we're gonna add that to all of its trim, every single piece. I'm more worried about the front, trying to revitalize that. The coating we're gonna use on this car is new CX Pro. It could get wet in 1 hour. It could get washed in like 3 days. It's a wipe on, let it bead for a second, like 20-30 seconds. Wipe off. You're gonna have to switch your applicators more often, 2 or 3 for this car, because it gets hard as a rock in literally seconds. This stuff is nuts. So we're gonna apply that as the coating. This is a gift that Cam sent me. I'm gonna give it to him for free. So you can find these in the links in the description below. So these are the coatings and protection package we're gonna put on this. And then right now I'm deciding what route I wanna go. So generally I would do end game, but I'm wondering if I could get some time back, meaning since it's gonna be a lot of work to clean this whole car up, can I use a primer polish with some cut, or should I use a cutting compound like O2 from Picar or Endgame? I'm gonna do a section with this here. I've actually been using this for a long time. I always buy it and use it in my shop. This is their Infinite Gloss. Cool thing about this is that you can actually cut the paint, let it sit, do the rest of the car, wipe it off, coat right over it. So it's a primer polish. We're gonna see how much this takes out versus a normal polish. We're gonna do it together on camera. We're gonna see which side gets the most cut for 1 step, so I don't have to do a 2-step, and we'll test that now. Let's get rolling. So for black paint, I have special paint correcting kind of lights, so you can see all the swirls and damage there. Hopefully you can see it's the same kind of condition. We're gonna test drive on one side. Man, this is pretty beat up here. We're gonna test drive on one side, then I'm gonna test another compound, not to test cutting capability, because this is just a finishing polish of sort, but they do require some things. So they want you to panel prep the side you're going to do with their compound, because essentially what you're doing is panel prepping to apply a resin on there. That would be the layer for the coating you're gonna put on top. So that's, remember, panel prep always, if you're gonna use a primer, that way all the oils, residues, anything else in there is good to go. Now for this, I'm gonna use an orange pad. Why aren't you going for blue? I don't know. I'm assuming, if my knowledge serves me right, orange should be good enough. And it's a diminishing abrasives. I'm gonna dab that on here, and then we're gonna start the process. Now you wanna let the compound work if you're gonna go this route. Let me fix this. So that's good to go. There's not a lot of heat on here. You let the residue on that sit. We're gonna do the other side with another compound and find out how much we could get completed. Myself, what if I just do a section here just to see if this is gonna be the right combo, and then I'll just do a small section. And that way I don't have to waste a whole bunch of time. All right, this is the mold down. All right. Wow, that's beautiful. All right, let's go back to the drive side. So far, I could get the whole car done with this, and it would be almost 80% corrected. I'm happy with that. Drive side's kind of special in the sense of it doesn't require a panel prep off. You already did that step at the beginning. And we're going to check to see. That's just as good, dude. I mean, let's go here and find out. So that is just as good as the other side. Again, I'm going to show you on my phone here, and I'll play the clip on top so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the drive side. Now, those are, clean this up. All right. So look, this is the drive side. Nothing. It's clean. Like, it's clean. This is where it started. So you can see all those scratches and swirls, things of that nature. That's the side I did with the other compound. But if you look at here, this might have a little bit more clarity. All right, so I found my combo that I'm going to use. It got it, like I said, on the drive side, about 80% corrected. That's all I'm going to chase on this car. It's already been effed up before. So I just want to make sure that I come through, I get all the hologram marks, all the swirls. There's a lot of swirls on this car, a lot of scratches. Get that as clean as possible. But yes, the art of a test spot is important, because right now a lot of you is, but well, how do I get the most out of it? And you could just do a primer polish like this, come in and hit it up, and do the rest of the car, let it sit, wipe off, and coat right over it. I don't have to panel prep it. I already did that at this step. So I'm gonna get the rest of the car. And I did test this against a medium cut compound. It was not Endgame. It was from InnovaCares, their updated one. It's real good, by the way. I just feel like for the benefits, if I could just primer polish and not have to, and I could just coat right over it, I'm just gonna use this. Day 2 of the project, the $2,000 detail fix. We polished the side of the car. We're gonna go over the coating process in a second, but we polished the side of the car. This side, I gotta do the front clip first. But I wanted to get the bumper done first, because we have to do a lot of repair on the plastics. The side of the plastics, play the clips here. Looks like they hit it with the rotary and it nicked it. There's a couple ways, and shout out to Conway, him and I were talking about this, that you can actually remove those white spots. You can use an eraser to try to pull that up. You can actually use, believe it or not, a dab of peanut butter to try to use the oils in the peanut butter, because it acts like something to bring it up. And if it's damaged, use a heat gun to bring it back to kind of life. But then you have to coat it with a dye type of product. So we're gonna clean the front plastics here. All this is plastic. We are going to be using Labo Cosmetica Trim Plastic Restorer. It's new to the US. It's supposed to be easy to use, things of that nature. They do come with their own block, and the block looks like this. But what I noticed about these blocks is I don't really like how rigid, like it's pretty rigid, right? I have a block here from our manufacturer in Korea that creates our towels. It's a foam block, and this foam block has a whole bunch of slits, and I have hundreds of these, and then these fit anywhere on the block like this. And what this does that is pretty unique, it allows you to contour to whatever shape you want. So if I'm going over an edge, I could contour over the edge. Very unique block. And these are savers. So you don't use a lot of product. You don't have to worry about that. Using Clean Tool Neutral EPC, and I'm gonna spray it all over here. And I wanna I always saturate it. You can do whatever you want. I grab a brush, and what I'm wanting to do is just get in the pores of the plastic. That way I know 100% that it is clean. Even though I washed it, this is what I always do when I do a plastic restore type job. Dry's version of the panel prep, just doing some tests here. I'm gonna spray on, and then I'm just going to make sure that everything is panel prepped here before we apply that coating to this car. Now I always do half. That's just me. Another way of doing this too, you can take the panel prep, you can actually spray inside of your towel and go that route if you want. I just like wasting product. It's the nature of what I like to do, but I also like to make sure that it hits every pore of the plastic. So we could assure a better bonding situation. They give you, I think it's 30 mils. They give you 30 mils here. You want to shake the bottle. It doesn't, the cool thing about this, you don't have to level it. So I'm going to put a couple on here. And then I am going to show you how even that is. And like I said, the reason I like this is because I can press on the applicator and the applicator gets inside of the parts that the hard block can't. And that is real easy to apply. That little bit is going to do all of this. And you could just tell right away the color difference. Now, the cool thing about this applicator is you know when it's dry and ready to apply because it doesn't seep in. So just for the rest of it, just, you know, a couple drops should suffice. And then I'll grab the bottom part, make sure to get all the way to the lip here so it's even coverage so you don't have any weird white spots. You can see the line after, and that line right there is nuts. So you could tell right away that there's a significant difference in the line and the darkening. You don't want to get it wet for like, you know, leave it for a few hours. I would probably wait a day with any solution like this, and just let it soak into the panel, things of that nature. But yeah, this is insane. This is probably one of the best plastic restorers on the market next to Solutions Finish. I haven't tried the ADS one yet, but that one's pretty gnarly. Unique situation on this plastic here. So there's a bunch of white. So what happened was when they were cutting the paint here, they nicked this mug. So I'm gonna walk you through a tip I was talking to Conway about. If you have an eraser, we are going to try to lift all that compound off. It doesn't look like they burnt it. It might. I can feel a little difference in the texture, but I'm gonna do this as to remove that section of the compound. And you're just going to just do that. And you're like, Eddie, what, that's causing more damage. No, we're trying to lift that compound off and then we're gonna restore this. So I do that. I'm gonna come in and clean it with my APC here. And the APC, I'm just gonna clean this part so I could coat it. But I'm trying to make sure when you're doing this not to hit your bristles against the door panel here. So a better way of doing this would be either come in, do it like this, and that way you could get that part and clean it. But you always want to clean your plastics before you apply any type of thing. But you can see I removed all the white stuff there and I was able to get all of it. Now it's a little, it's kind of weird because you don't have, it looks like it's dull, but the whole goal here is to show you what a nice plastic and trim restorer could do. I am going to panel prep that and get that ready for the trim restoring process on here. And I'm going to overlap where I left off yesterday on the live. And I am going to come in and make sure I have even marks overlapping it. There you go, easy peasy. All the white stuff is off. We got that restored. Shout out to Conway for the great tip. You don't have to go to extreme measures to restore your plastics or to get the polish off. I know he tried, but we got that off with an eraser. There you go. Now you're gonna let that dry. We'll come back. I'll show you how to apply the coating on the panel, but I'm gonna get the rest of the trim dialed in. It's a great product. Look, this right here, phenomenal product. So we finished the car. I finished polishing the car. I panel prepped the car. I'm gonna go back and panel prep because this one I did last night and I didn't coat it last night. I did last night coat on the live to test a new coating that was sent to me by Cam, Drive Automotive Appearance. This is their CXPRO industrial coating, works for all surfaces. Cure time is pretty quick. You want to apply it. Once it starts to separate, you want to knock it down. What is this? Super hydrophobic, super chemical resistance, and it's pretty stout. It's rated at 10 years per Cam. And you would put these on cars that are everyday workers or industrial equipment or vans, things that see weather, right? So I thought to myself, this truck, dude's from Montana. I want him to have something stout over the winter that's chemical resistance. Again, this is CX Pro. It comes with 50 mils. I'm gonna walk you through how to apply it in this video, give you my vibes and things of that nature. What I used for the plastics was none other than Labo Cosmetica TPR, so trim plastic restorer. Stuff is amazing. For not having dyes in it, it gives you like dye vibes. Stuff is amazing. A little bit goes a long way. I was able to restore the front trim, the back trim, and all of the tailgate trim. Let's go over this coating here, and I'll put the links in the description below. This is the applicator I used last night. I want you to hear this. It's crispy, okay? Crispy on both sides. It's hard to bend, so this coating is pretty hard. It does have a tiny bit of flexibility, so I'm not worried about cracking or fracturing on the surface. We're gonna install it here today. We're gonna go over how to install it, and then I wanna show you the car finish. First, panel prep. I gotta do the hood, probably do the hood last because that's the mood I'm in. My favorite panel prep ever, and it was made to be as good as my favorite panel prep of all time, which is NV Clarity, is Oblivion. You're like, why aren't you using the panel prep from Drive? I don't know, just to see if it's, you know, shenanigans, if it's, do I need to use their dedicated panel prep? I mean, I've never believed in that science, but you believe what you want. And then I'm just gonna come in, make sure it's panel prepped. Our panel prep removes all the oils. My chemist, John Parker, made it so it removes, lifts all the oils, has solvent, alcohols, and also surfactant in it to pull the oils off to make sure that you're getting an appropriate bonding experience. With this coating, I am gonna be transparent with you. This one right here tends to be a little smelly. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Luminous. So always shake your coatings. Take about 10-15 seconds to shake it so you don't have any sediments at the bottom. Prime your pad. This is a fresh pad, auto fiber. I'm gonna prime that, put it together, come back, and I tend to, I'm gonna do a section here. I always do like a pull line, and I come in, and then I box it, and I come back, and I box it out. Now this won't be the most slick coating compared to others on the market. I don't think he was going for maximum slickness. He was going for more protection, gloss. The gloss is nuts on this. From the other side, ease of use is there, and then flash times are not 8 weeks. So that's what I like about this. It's a little thicker of a formula. Like I said, it's an industrial coating, so put some respect in its name. I go around, make sure I cross-hatch this mug. You don't have to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way, but also don't be shy. You have 50 mils here, right? All right, let that sit. You start to see the sweating on the panel, and that's when you want to work pretty quick here. He made this to be fast, right? You want to let it sit, let it separate, sweat, usually about 30 seconds, 40 seconds in my environment. I come down. I'm going to knock it down with my towel here. And then if you don't feel grabbiness, you're good. Perfect time, right? And then you want to come in and you want to buff. And this ensures that you have removed everything from the panel. And that is it, my friends. It's as simple as that. You get some slickness, and like I said, it's not like if you're looking for like, my gosh, the slickness. No, this is an all-arounder coating. You know what I'm talking about? Like you're gonna get chemical resistance, you're gonna get long durability and long-term hydrophobics, some slickness, but some things, you know, when you do chemistry and coating, some things have to give. You want slick, you'll give up long-term longevity, etc. There we go, looks beautiful. And there we have it. We finished the car, we finished the trim, we paint corrected it. But before I show you the car, let me take you to this clip of Justin giving us his experience at the other body shop, which is huge. The other detailer, which is huge in Helena, and his first initial reaction to seeing his car after leaving it for 4 days, driving down from Montana, coming here, having me do it. Let's go. Justin, first, how long ago did you drop the car off?
I dropped the truck off 4 days ago.
When you got it taken to a place in Helena, they effed it up, right? Would you agree with that?
Yep, very much so.
So you drove down from Montana, a few days ago, dropped it off. This is your first time seeing it outside of the lives.
Yep.
All right, he hasn't seen it yet. Let's go look at your baby.
Goodness. Wow.
What do you think?
That's a different truck. That thing is black glass.
So we could take a light to it, but yeah, this is about 3 days of work.
Wow, wow. You are a magician, my friend. That's incredible. It looks better than it did the day I bought it.
And you bought it brand new, right?
Yep, brand new. Had like 40 miles on it or something like that. That's better than it was when I picked it up. 100%.
So we restored all your plastics here. You can see here where
Yeah.
we moved it all.
Yeah, there's huge chunks of white, whatever that is, buffing
Yeah,
compound.
all
that's
over.
all gone.
We restored the plastics on the bottom too because they had a whole bunch of there. I recoated the car, repolished it, and this is what it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Well, everyone, he's
Thank you
he's
so
back.
much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you like it.
Thank you.
So yeah, here he goes. He's gonna drive off, but I wanted everyone to see his reaction
Yeah, wow.
of him dropping his car off and the work we did. The car looks insane. I'm gonna show you the outside of the car. You can see the richness of the paint. You can see the gloss. Man, I do think it was a lot of work. It did take longer than I usually typically work on a newer car, exactly because it was a lot of polishing, some fixes on scratches. But let's look over what we used in this video, how we got here. So I want to shout out Cam from Drive Auto for sending me this. Again, I did not pay for this. My first experience was on the live the other day. I did put this on the whole car, just how much I used. This is an industrial coating. It was a pleasure to use. Easy application, easy wipe off, pretty stout. The applicator does get crunchy, so do not let it dry or you have to buff that off. There was a section that I did have to buff off because I missed. And then Labo Cosmetica, you can find this at the House of Rags right now. This is the new trim plastic restore. Why is this so different, Eddie? I like it because it doesn't use dyes. It's using, I don't know what it's using. Yeah, I mean, I'll put the link of Reggie's video, but it uses dyes. It brings back richness on gray and black plastics. Also used it on chrome. Nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts. This was a dream to use. It's not the slickest. It's slick, but not the slickest. Remember, I'm thinking of like luminous slick. So when I say not the slickest, I don't want everyone to be like, well, is it too grabby? No, you're going to get what you get with an industrial coating. You're going to get longevity, chemical resistance, hydrophobics, gloss, that deep gloss. You put this on trucks or heavy equipment on things that are going to get work. This one, he takes hunting. This one lives in Montana. So I needed something pretty stout and this came to play. For the paintwork itself, we did use Clean My Pans pad. We used Drive Automotive Appearance ceramic, infinite ceramic. I did buy that myself. The only thing that Cam sent me was a coating. Everything else I used myself. And then we washed the car with mint, with Bucket Naked Wash. And then glass cleaner was their Evo glass cleaner here. So that's everything we use. I'll put in the description below. Thank you all for watching. If you like this kind of content, hit the like, hit subscribe. Justin, shout out to Justin. Hope you make it home safe. And detailers, those starting out, those in the business now, remember, detailers is a holistic type of overview, right? So how you treat customers is how it looks on all of us. No, it's not. It's true. It's true, bro. They frown upon you not doing your best or taking the time to learn your craft. Learn your craft. Be phenomenal. Be forgotten. And don't be that guy to swirl up a brand new truck because you don't want to learn and you want to suck the rest of your life. That's how I feel. I'm just gonna be vocal about it. Hit the like, subscribe. Watch this video if you haven't yet. We're out.